This is Chie Satanaka, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast. You better eat more meat.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick Lynn. To my side are my noble Anhiriar, Taylor Hoyt.
Hello.
That's it.
Maddie's off at a Game of Thrones concert.
We sent her off to Odin. She's gonna fight in the war. I don't know when she's gonna be back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
one day she will return.
She will return, more powerful than ever.
Yes.
We were gone last week because we had some changes, and Taylor was in Yosemite. What kind of asshole was the Yosemite, am I right?
Hanging out with my family.
I know.
What a loser.
How selfish of him. He knows he has a podcast to do, and he goes to Yosemite with his family.
Terrible person. Terrible person.
But there was one good thing that came out of it. He was playing an old school JRPG.
Was that a good thing?
Yes, it was. Because you'll stop replaying it after this.
Yeah, I'll finally get it done.
Yeah.
It'll be done. Out of the backlog.
Yeah. But that's later on.
We'll get to that
later on.
Yeah.
First, a lot of stuff happened in the last few weeks. Big game release. Some not really that much news, but we'll get through it.
Bits and pieces. I mean, Tokyo Game Show's right around the corner, so in a couple weeks there should be quite a bit.
Yeah, end of September is going to be. It's just going to be. Oh, it's a white power sign. I can't do that.
Yes.
Yeah, which is it means okay, people. By the way, it's just okay.
You're too far down the political rabbit hole. I've never even heard of that.
I see things.
Yeah, I think at Tokyo Game Show there's going to be, a lot of games that have been announced for Japan have release dates, but a lot don't. Like the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. We don't have a Western release date for Dragon Quest Builders 2 yet.
We're not going to get that in Japan. They're not going to get that in the Tokyo Game Show.
You never know. Like sometimes the Western divisions take that opportunity to like, oh hey, there's a new trailer. Also, it's coming next year.
The thing I see happening is it's going to be a worldwide release for Tokyo Vesperia, Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So that's what we're going to see. It's like worldwide release on this date. And it's going to be like December 25th or something like that.
Right on Christmas.
Right on Christmas. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do some really weird news. Like, why? All right.
Yeah, well, so first of all, there was supposed to be a Nintendo Direct this week, and then there was a earthquake in Japan, so they delayed it. Supposedly, people data mined Splatoon 2, and it's going to be this coming Thursday, but
that's so weird
sure.
that they data mined a game, and it's like, it shows date for Direct.
Well, it must be a content drop or something, but that's what most people are getting. I thought it was going to be just the next day. I don't know why I thought it was going to just be...
I thought it was the next day, too. I don't know. I heard that. I saw that somewhere. I don't know. It wasn't from you.
Maybe it was on the Discord somewhere, but I heard that as well. So,
Discord lying to us all the time.
Yeah. So it was Kraft's fault.
Kraft's fault. He can't ruin our streams anymore.
That's true. Well, he can ruin streams, just not the podcast.
It's not the podcast streams. But, yeah, so there's some... This dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And... What? Okay, so first, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD, now available for PS4 and Xbox One, and soon for Switch.
Very random. I saw this coming, though, because I remember when they announced this game, I remember Tabata, the director, was like, yeah, I want to find a way to put Final Fantasy 15 on Switch. I'm like, oh, they're just going to port the Pocket Edition.
I knew that, too. I was like, oh, they're going to do that. But why put it on PS4 and Xbox One?
Just because why not?
We have it, the original. Why would you? Who in their right mind would buy this?
I don't know. It's like the worst version. I don't understand.
It's the only version that runs at 60 frames per second, though. So
does it?
I don't know.
That's
the joke. If you want to play Final Fantasy 15 in 60 frames per second, you got to buy the Pocket Edition.
I've never really heard of a game doing this. They like release a game and then a few years later they release like a worse version of it. That's really weird.
I think what
hurts your brain.
It hurts my brain, and what also hurts if I see like a bunch of sales for this, that would also hurt my brain.
Well, it's digital only. I'll be curious. I mean, this is also a super busy week just for games in general. I mean, Dragon Quest and Spider-Man. Now, I know you don't care about Spider-Man, but that game's going to sell a lot of copies whether you like it or not. And so I seriously doubt, unless you were paying attention, I don't think anybody really knew about this. Because it was supposed to be part of the direct, is my guess. They're trying to coincide it with the direct. And like, Scourge put it out anyway. Because a bunch of stuff dropped that day. Like the Mega Man 11 demo and a bunch of other games just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So like Hyper Light Drifter, I was on the Switch store. And it's in Hyper Light Drifter. I'm like, oh, I guess that's just out now for Switch. Mm-hmm. So it's probably supposed to be announced at the direct. So I'm wondering if they're completely re-editing it. Because like stuff was out already.
Cut all this out and let's put more Smash in there.
Yeah, exactly. And also the character, screw it.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have? What do you have, Sakurai? Just show us.
We're gonna put
Here's an Echo Fighter. Here's another Echo Fighter.
Another Fire Emblem character.
Please,
Fire Emblem character.
Don't ask for me or anything again. But yeah, doesn't make any sense. Does the Pocket Edition come with all the DLC that came out with it?
I have no idea. I'm curious how much content is cut from that version. Like, if it's really condensed, like, is it open world? Can you just run it anywhere? Like, I have no idea what
I'm
that
gonna
game
laugh
is even
if
like.
it has, like, the Invasion of Insomnia as, like, a playable thing. And it's, like, the best version out there, but it's, like...
It's not. Because I was watching a story trailer, and they're talking about... You remember the part where they look at the newspaper and they discover what happens? They're like, that's the scene. I'm like, oh, it's literally just the same voiceover, too. So... By the way, I apologize. I have bad allergies right now, so if I'm sniffling and rubbing my eyes, that's why. So I apologize.
I also made him cry before he started recording.
He did.
So.
He hurt me.
I did.
Emotionally.
I did. He was fighting the Black Dragon. I was like, kill it! Suck! Hurry! I beat this in like 5 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't do that. Alright, the next news is a Super Neptunia RPG delayed to December 20th in Japan.
Oh, they're having some trouble.
For quality, updates.
Because it was supposed to come out September, right? September, October. So delayed like 3 months. Wow.
So that means they're going to improve the animations, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, the animations are pretty janky.
So if that's... it looks pretty when it's not animated.
Yeah, just don't move. Just stand still.
Oh, okay, no, let me rephrase that. The animations are fine. They're just like I think it was the jumping animation looked really weird.
Yeah, very kind of weird and floaty.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of games that do this weird animation thing where it's like clearly like the hand is one piece, your forearm is one piece, the upper arm is another piece, so it looks very like paper puppet, you know what I mean? It just looks like it animates very weird, and I hate that look. It looks cheap. So I'm like, just polish it, make it look a little better.
A little bit.
Fix those animations.
Fix it a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we should start getting into these very niche JRPGs. I mean, you don't have to be, but I think I should. Just have a voice on it. There's
some I want to get into. Like, I think we're both going to get into that. I don't know if you would consider it an RPG, but that game of Rice and Ruin, that game looks sick. I think we're both going to end up playing that.
Just because it's like an action RPG Harvest Moon thing.
Yep.
It's hybrid.
It's Xseed, so gotta get it.
It's Xseed. But Xseed doesn't make games. They publish them.
I know, but they're good people. They're
good peoples.
They're good peoples. They put out good games.
Another news, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered for the Switch is coming to the West on October 16th.
It's weird that it's after 4.
Well, it's for the Switch, It's like, here, you want to play it? You want to play it mobile? There you go.
Well, no, I know, but September 25th, 4 is coming to Switch as well. So it's weird that they would release it after. I mean,
that's true.
Story-wise, I think 4 and 1 take place like simultaneously, but still.
Yeah, remember the demo? They announced like the invasion of Gallia, and I'm like, oh, that's the first.
Oh
game.
yeah. It's just on a different front.
Yeah.
Apparently,
they're Gallians too.
In the trailer or in the in that trailer I watched, there's a lot of snow apparently. So I wonder if it's like way north or something. Totally different part.
Oh yeah, because because this is crazy. The whole thing is going deep into the Empire's territory.
Yeah.
And I bet you the Empire is supposed to be like Russia.
They're like Germany, basically. It's supposed to be World War II.
Yeah, but but they took over like all of Russia, so so it's like, yeah. So they're going north, so obviously they're going to.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
We'll see. I'll be curious how these characters tie in, because like if you played Valkyria Chronicles 1, they can't possibly tie into how they win the war or whatever. There's no way. So I'm wondering if it's just a smaller story. It's just more about the characters and stuff.
Okay, does the
Or they all die.
Okay. Yeah. They sacrifice themselves.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
It's also possible.
I can see that happening. But Valkyrie Chronicles 1, the story is just them repelling the invasion, right? They don't defeat the main bad guys.
No, they do.
They do?
Oh, yeah, well, because, I mean, whatever, it's old. So, I mean, like, on a broad scale, they get invaded, and then they push the front line back. It's
Okay,
kind of
so
how
that's
the
what
story
happens.
goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the Empire's still the Empire.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. RPG, we talked about this last episode, but this is for that Western thing.
Oh, okay.
RPG Maker MV for the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch launches February 26th for North America.
Nice. Yeah, I would say in the next 6 months, I've been keeping an eye on NIS America's release schedule, and they've got a lot of games coming out. They have a new dungeon crawler. It's called like Labyrinth of Refrain. That comes out in like a couple weeks. And then they have a remaster of Disgaea 1. They have that game. I think
it's a remake, actually.
A remake? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Remake. They have... We were just watching before the Caligula Effect Overdose. That's them, I think.
Yeah, I want to play that.
And then they just released... or SNK Heroines is about to come out or just came out or something like that. I forgot about that game.
Waifu Warrior. Are you going to get it on Switch or are you going to get it on PS4? Huh?
Oh, I'm not going to get it. There's too many other games that have
take priority.
Higher priority, yeah. Such as this. Dude, it's good. We'll see. Okay, see, here's how I'm going to take advantage. So remember when I played Persona 5 and then I proceeded to play Cold Steel, and basically Cold Steel in my mind just a worse
I know what you're doing.
Persona
Yeah,
5.
You're doing the exact opposite.
Doing the opposite. So I played Chrono Cross. It's really slow. I'm having trouble with it, but this one looks way nicer. And even though it's turn-based and basic, the battles go quick. There's not a lot of loading.
They go quick. That's what you think, but you haven't fought a boss battle yet.
Well, no, see, that's the thing. That's the only thing I like in Chrono Cross. Is anyway,
we'll get to it.
But yeah,
RPG Maker.
RPG Maker.
I think I'm gonna get it
On which platform?
PS4.
PS4. Okay.
And then just have fun with it. Put on the classic RPG Maker 1 music. Really bad. There's some good songs. I think. Okay, I shouldn't say good songs. I should say memorable songs.
Yeah, they're nostalgic for sure.
Like every battle song sounds so bad in that. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
but there's some good songs.
It was a novel concept when it came out. It was cool. It's like, yeah, you get to make your own little crappy RPG. It's great.
You can get to play a crappy RPG that we made called Godly's Quest.
Yeah, I think that was just there for you to like deconstruct if you wanted to like, how did they do that? I'll just look in the engine of that.
Man, we got, I don't know about you, but we got really in depth. It's like, okay, so we're going to create this intro and you're going to like, oh, we move this character right here and move her that way. It's going to go right here and like the spell's going to fall. And
it gives you a new appreciation for how games are made, for sure. Like if you're like, oh man, making games is so easy. Why don't they just do this? It's like, no, it's hard and it takes a lot of time.
I think it took us like 6 hours just to make one town and like the first scene.
Yep.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Good times. And the just moving up the menus and it's just it has that deep sound.
Man.
And you can't turn it down. You just have to get you. I just remember Matt Dad's like, turn that off. It's like, we can't.
It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What? Oh yeah, you bought a PS1 keyboard for
PS2
that.
keyboard.
PS2 keyboard.
Yeah.
And then you played it on PS2.
Yeah, for RPG Maker. I think 2 is the one I spent the most time with. I remember 3. They tried to get all crazy, but like the engine just could not handle a lot of stuff going on. Like I remember the frame rate was terrible.
Okay, so yeah, no, actually it was good, but there was like a bar, like a meter on the bottom of the screen when you're creating something. If it goes like past a certain threshold, then it tells you that you're going to lose frames.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to make like a huge city, your frames are gone.
Yeah, which sucked because like that's what I always wanted to do. But, you know, I made it simple.
Mm.
The only thing I remember in RPG Maker 3 was I was in town and then I had to go to a forest to get something and then I came back and then my dad died or something and then
Wait, are you talking about the in-game RPG or what you made?
This is what I made. Oh. And this is separate from the mountain with the flood.
That's RPG Maker 2.
That's 2, yeah.
That was so cool.
It was.
Can't believe we got it to work. Yeah, RPG Maker 3 is my zombie game that got corrupted. So sad. Do we have it still? No,
3?
Do you have it still?
What, 3?
Yeah, RPG Maker 3.
I might. I know I don't have 2.
Yeah, 2 disappeared.
I just have the box. It's an empty box.
Sad.
Yep.
Sad. All caps.
Sad.
Um,
That's pretty much it. Oh no, there's
Mercenary Sagas Chronicles Physical Edition launches September 11th in North America. So pretty much the game that you bought, a physical edition
for Switch. Yeah, I mean they're like the most basic strategy RPGs. Nothing too complex. It's just like upgrade your troops the right way. Don't be stupid, and you'll win. It was a cool like in between kind of game.
I just remember. There's a stain on my shirt. I just noticed.
Yep.
Or when I was reading the article, all the comments were like, "This is like beyond generic. This is the most generic game of all time." And I'm like,
"Yep,
okay."
It is. I mean, it's not like amazing, but it's cool. It's fine. Cool. There's like a 20-hour game. I mean, there's 3 that comes in the package, and one of them was 20 hours. I'm like, okay,
not bad. You played the first one, right?
I think so. I can't remember.
You played the sequels before you played the first one?
I played the one that Kraft recommended, and I can't remember which one that was. For some reason, I think it was 2, but again, I don't remember.
I don't get it.
The story, I couldn't care less. I was like trying for the first couple chapters, and I was like, nope, don't care. I'm just here for the battles now. Yep, basically.
Do the typical Taylor. Don't care.
I try to care.
Don't care.
See, games, you got to make me care. Games are bad at making me care.
Or your standards are too high.
Sorry, when good games raise the bar, everybody else has got to raise the bar with it.
That makes no sense, but whatever.
That makes perfect sense.
For old games? No, it doesn't.
Well, Mercenary Saga is not an old game.
Isn't it? I thought they're like old and they just brought it to Switch.
I mean, they were old phone games, but they're not like from the 90s or anything.
Still,
they look like it,
it's
but
old
they're
game.
Not. Okay.
Taylor, what's wrong with you? You're the worst at everything.
I am. So,
speaking about you being the worst at everything,
shall we talk about what we've been playing?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think on the last podcast I talked about I beat Valkyria Chronicles.
And you're going to start
Chrono Cross. Yeah. I was, I've been writing things down, and I think I have officially put Valkyria Chronicles in my top 10 JRPGs of all time list. It's really good. That story hit me hard, and I loved how you could cheese the game. You can get creative with the game, shall we say. And I remember I was talking to Kraft about one particular level.
Speaking of cheese.
Yeah. And we were talking about a particular mission. He's like, "Oh, you cheesed this mission too?" I'm like, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, here's what I did." I'm like, "Oh, I did something totally different and cheesed it." So there's a lot of tricks that you can get around in that game.
You just want to get to the story, You want to keep going to the story.
I mean, it's fun to figure out how to break the game. I mean, if the game lets you do it, it's in the game. You know what I mean? So I didn't put a game genie on it or something. Yeah, I just...
What's that? What's a game genie?
Or a game shark or whatever the latest thing was.
Latest thing? No, now it's called Action Replay, and I think that's old now.
Probably. They don't have those anymore. Probably because of trophies and stuff. I imagine it messes with that.
No, for like different games. Not for like PlayStation stuff like that. For like 3DS cartridge games.
Okay.
What's the... Game Genie was a PlayStation, right?
Game Genie was Nintendo, like NES.
Not Game Genie, Game Shark.
Yeah, Game Shark was PlayStation 1. And maybe PlayStation 2.
I think Connor had it. And Game Shark Tales of Destiny.
Nice.
And we got to level 99 before the first Leon fight where you're supposed to lose.
And you beat him?
And we killed Leon.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, oh god, we just like broke the game. And no, what happens, I think I've said this before, is there's a scene. They actually made a scene for this to happen. If you beat Leon, Rudy's like, we're the most powerful people in the world. Let's take it over. And then goes, they took it over. And it just ends.
That's awesome.
I was like, okay.
That's really cool that they did that. I love when games do that. It reminds me of like Far Cry 4 when you're sitting there and he's like, hey, just hang out and I'll be right back. And if you wait, then the game is just over in like 10 minutes. Pretty good.
Oh man, I remember Connor was like, what we did.
That's awesome. How far into the game is that?
Not that far. So you go to the Draconis. You're on the you start in the Draconis, and then you go to the Wintry Woods and go to Junos, rescue Rudy, and then you go to Harmut's Village, and then you get arrested, which is when Leon fights. So it's like right at the beginning of the game.
Okay. That'd be pretty funny to do it, like for a video or something like that. How to beat Tales of Destiny in 2 hours or whatever.
in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How do? First, we need Game Shark.
Yeah, I gotta find the Game Shark.
We gotta ask Connor. Connor, do you have Game Shark again? Do you still have your Game
Gotta
Shark?
go buy it. Gotta buy it.
$3,000 for a Game Shark.
I know.
For one game.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, been playing Chrono Cross, and so I have this list that I've posted on Discord and Twitter quite a bit. Is my backlog of shame. It's all these games that I've wanted to beat, or just like games I feel like I should beat as like a gamer or whatever, and it's so stupid. But the two games that have haunted me for the longest were Final Fantasy IX, which I finally beat last year or earlier this year.
I think earlier this year.
Yeah, and then the other was Chrono Cross. And I've had very similar story, bought it back in the day, played it, got pretty far, and then just stopped for whatever reason. Rebought it on, I think, PS3, or maybe I just booted up a copy and started a new file.
Don't you own it?
I think I do own a physical copy,
Yeah. So like, because you didn't buy the PS3 version until you wanted to play
That's
it on
true,
Vita.
because it would have been available. That's right.
Yeah.
And so then, because I'm in California for 3 weeks, I'm like, you know what? Let's buy a classic RPG. I'm like, let's just frickin' sit down and beat Chrono Cross. And I know this is going to break B-Cops' heart, but I can't remember the last time I've had so little fun playing a video game. It is so like irritating and frustrating and slow, and the interesting story bits are doled out like so infrequently. So the part that really irritates me about the battle system. So the battle system is very unique. It's not like Chrono Trigger at all. So it has this like percentage system where you start the fight and you have 3 percentages of, and like the lower the percentage, the more damage you'll do. So the idea is you keep doing attacks, and then that also fills up a meter, so you can pick from a variety of spells.
Yeah, you can do attacks and then go to a spell, right?
Yeah, and the part that's annoying is that it's your turn, you're doing attacks, and like randomly, and you have no way of knowing when it's going to happen. The enemy will just stop you in the middle of your turn and then attack, and then they'll let you finish. And it's just so irritating because like I don't mind turn-based battles. Turn-based battles are fine, but like when you can't get into a flow because the game is constantly interrupting you. Like imagine playing a Tales game and then like randomly I just take the controller away for 2 seconds and then give it back to you, and then like you just don't know when it's going to happen. Like, oh, let me take the controller away again. Here you go. It's just so irritating.
It's called playing Tales of Destiny on Evil.
They pause the game randomly and you just get hit.
No, you get hit and then you're in a combo for a long time. You're like, well, okay, I'm dead. No, people who like, I'm going on a tangent here.
Mm.
People who watch the Tales of Destiny stream, I'm playing on Evil, which is the second hardest difficulty now.
Yeah,
it's my second playthrough, so I have like all my abilities already.
Is this the remake or the original?
The remake.
Okay.
And I'm like loving it because I'm learning how to play other characters. So I was playing as Mary, and this difficulty is so crazy that I'm playing and I block and I don't block. It broke through my block, and this guy does like just clay golem, just like punches Mary, and Mary just flies across the screen dead. And I just started laughing. I was like, wow. And everyone, people were watching, just started laughing because I was on the edge, and I just see a punch, and then you see her fly across the screen and dead.
And just dead. One shot.
And I'm like, okay, that's what happens in this. I guess that's what happens in Evil. And then, oh man, it's even though I have all my abilities, like I have all my mystic arts, or they're called blast calibers in this game. I have all of them, and I can use them whenever. It's just if you get hit, there's a chance that everyone's going to die.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's fun though. I think I've got.
It's fun to get one shot. It's awesome.
It's fun. I like the challenge because it's like I get hit and I'm like, oh shit, I get hurt. I'm almost dead. And then I tell Rudy, heal everyone, and Rudy like amazingly heals everyone, and I'm like, a great comeback.
Nah.
And thank goodness I have all the spells because Rudy has raised dead, so I don't have to keep buying life bottles. So on Evil difficulty, you need to play on a New Game Plus with all your abilities.
For those of you that have a translated version of the Japanese-only remake of Tales of Destiny for PS2,
you want to play the best Tales game? What's it called? Import it. And get a magic switch for your PS2. Put the little buttons in there. Put the CD, and that's what I do. Or you could buy the game physically, so you own it legally, and then you could emulate it on the PC.
is there English patches yet?
No, those got canceled. Don't let me talk about that. let's go back to Chrono Cross.
Okay. But
Okay,
yeah,
so you're talking about the percentages.
yeah.
And how and are you talking about how you keep getting interrupted? You know that's what the percentages are, right?
What do you mean?
The percentages are like your chances of actually getting interrupted.
No, they're your chances of hitting the enemy.
Yeah, but you could get interrupted. That's you getting interrupted.
The percentages has nothing to do with how when you're getting interrupted, though.
I think that's what it is. That's why when you press the button and you go lower, they could interrupt you.
No, I think I'm
certain. I do not remember.
It's the percentage of you being able to hit the enemy.
I don't remember being interrupted like at all in that game. So I don't know.
We must have played two different games because I get interrupted all the time. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
I would just do 1, 2, 3, or like 1, 2 interrupted, 3, 4 interrupted. It just it drives me crazy. Even like trash mobs. I only recently found out that you can automatically, if you run away, you just automatically run away from every battle, even bosses. So as I'm like making my way through dungeons now, I just start running away because you can't grind in this game. You don't level up like you normally do in a
you get
RPG.
materials.
Yeah, you get materials and you get elements like spells. But the way you level up is every time you beat a boss, you get a boost in HP and then like maybe a little bit for your other stats like defense, attack.
Are there like secret bosses? So is that how you grind?
Kind of. Yeah. But there's a lot as you just progress through the game.
See, whenever we start doing like reviews and stuff for games, we need a Taylor scale and like a normal scale. All right, and we have to like tell you what the Taylor scale is.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like a Taylor, if you have a taste like Taylor's, and it's like the Taylor scale is like really low, but the other one's like really high, so
balances out.
Balances
I'd be
out.
really curious for you to play this again, just to see if you encounter the same problems. So there's other.
Oh man, I wanted to show you my save file, but it got corrupted on my Vita. Like everything, like a lot of things got corrupted, and I had to re-download it, and I lost my save file.
That's really weird that it did that.
I know.
I've never heard the Vita corrupting things. Did you hack it at all?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Usually the Vita doesn't do that.
I think I'm going to back up all my saves, and then I'm going to reformat the memory card.
Oh, there you go.
Something seems up. And it's a 32 gigabyte memory card too. So.
Well, that's too bad. That sucks.
Yeah.
But so I think I'm literally at the exact point I was when I was a kid, like the furthest I ever got. So you're hunting the world dragons. And I've just beat the 5th one. There's one more I got to beat, and then I can go back to being Surge. And
I have a really weird memory because I remember not being like not going back to becoming Surge. And
then you said you played for 20 more hours and you still didn't beat the game.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know what you were doing.
So I'm like, that's what it felt like to me. And I'm like, am I? Like, and I saw your links.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't remember links looking like that. I am so confused.
Yeah, you're him for a while. Like, I remember, I'm like, you're him for like half the game, basically.
Yeah, and I remember going back.
I think you beat the dragons and then you go back. I'm like right about to go back.
All right, maybe I beat the dragons. I don't remember. It's been a long time, and I wanted to see where I was so I could compare, but no. Yeah,
the story of this game feels like it's just all over the place because it's originally, this happens at the very beginning of games. So this isn't really spoilers, but like you're off to do something. You go to a Paza beach, and then you switch to another world where your character died 10 years ago. But people are like hunting you. You're like the key to like fate and like the future and all this stuff. And so everybody's like hunting you. And it's like, what is switching bodies? How does that do anything? I don't understand how that helps anything. Like maybe I haven't gotten far enough. Maybe it explains it all.
Wait, so I don't really want to talk about that. That's spoiler territory.
But this does tie it into Chrono Trigger in ways I did not know. So now I've beaten Chrono Trigger. And I kind of have different takes on it because before I hadn't played Chrono Trigger.
Isn't the main boss Lavos?
I don't know. I have no idea. But it references other characters or like characters you have in your party are descendants of characters in the last game, stuff like that. And then I could be wrong, but I got to a place and it looked so you get like a spaceship. In Chrono Trigger, it looked like that crashed spaceship from Chrono Trigger, but I'm not sure. That's just my guess. But yeah, I'm I'm following a guide just so I don't get lost or waste time. And, I've been talking to Brian and some other guys, and yeah, apparently it has a pretty heavy tie-in from Chrono Trigger, because you were even telling me, like, once you get to Chronopolis, and there's like a big computer system that like ties into everything.
I remember seeing younger versions of characters from the first game. So.
Yeah, I've seen them already. I've seen 3 of them. And before, I'm like, oh, those are just like 3 random kids. Like, if you hadn't played Chrono Trigger, like, who are these kids? I don't even care. But having played Chrono Trigger now, I have a new appreciation. Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, I will say, I'll answer a question because I saw Brian mention this in the question section. He said that I've expressed my least favorite aspects of Chrono Trigger, but aside from the soundtrack, what would I say is my favorite? It's hard to say. I think the battle system is good when you're fighting bosses, because you have to really strategize. You have to really balance out when you're going to use what elements, and like what characters do you bring in, because like, let's say you're fighting a boss that has innate color of red and you have a blue character, then they're going to get just destroyed and they're going to take more damage. So it's finding the balance between, saving all your elements, the right equipment, characters that are good for that, because you get so many characters. Like, as Lynx, I just have recruited so many characters.
You recruited all of them? I thought you were like one away from recruiting all of them.
The page just keeps going now, so there must be more. Okay. But as far as the guide went, I just didn't want to recruit this one character just because I didn't care.
I thought I had Kid the entire time too, even when I was Lynx.
No, she's definitely not. There's story reasons why she would not be there. For sure.
But I think I remember her leaving, but I remember getting her back.
Well, when you come back as Surge, then you must get her back.
In the comments, tell me if I'm crazy, if you could get Kid as Lynx.
There's no way. I know there's no way. Because it's story reasons, there's no way. But yeah, based on the guide I'm following, the game doesn't have chapters, but they have like labeled things as chapters. So I'm like on chapter, I think like 22 of 29 or something. So I'm like in the last third of the game.
Good.
So I'll probably beat it this next week for sure.
Next podcast.
Yeah, by the next podcast. Yeah, I'm hesitant to start another game because by the time I leave, I'll have Valkyria Chronicles 4 waiting for me back in South Carolina. So I just want to head into that. So maybe I'll get like Dead Cells or something just to pass the time.
Yeah.
I've been really, really wanting to play that. I'm so mad. I really wish I had a PS4 to play Dragon Quest 11.
From the little bit that he's played.
I could feel the hook. So anyway, tell me about Dragon Quest 11, because I know that people have been dying to hear. We even had a comment, I think, on the Facebook page or something, or on Twitter.
Yeah, it's like, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Dragon Quest 11. I remember people were like, well, they're going to be very disappointed because they're not buying it. Ha! I did get it, and I did start playing it.
And then I played like 4 battles and looked at it. It looks real pretty.
It's one of the things. It looks extremely pretty, and I love the art style.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the freaking monster designs, though. I'm sorry, people.
They're the same ones from like all time. The little hamsters, the slime.
It's just like your characters are typical Dragon Ball art style.
Mm-hmm.
They are Akira Toriyama's art style.
Yeah.
And then the monsters are like cutesy Pokemon-esque. And I'm like, I think it's time to update this.
No. It's
never gonna happen.
You're asking the wrong series to do that.
I know. I would love to see this kind of art style, except without the cutesy monsters, and like the world. The world looks beautiful. I love that.
Does.
I love how the world looks. The one thing they need to stop. Okay, first things first. All right.
The good things. Tell me the more good things.
At the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is just like another Dragon Quest. It's pretty slow and it's fun." But after playing for like going through the story and all that a little bit, it started like hooking me in. I kept wanting to play more, even though the story is super simple, and it's like you're the child of light, and you gotta save the mana tree. And I'm like, "Oh God, it's one of these again."
Yeah, the premise seems like so generic.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta go, or it's like you don't know what you need to do. You gotta. Yeah, that's just silly. And when I played it, but the characters, I I like the character interactions from what I have, like from what I've got to right now. I'm about to meet that circus guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to meet him. I just got to the desert city, so I was playing that, and I was trying to get a little farther in, but I fell asleep. And not because the game's boring or anything, it's because I have to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. So when I don't take a nap in between, I get really tired.
Sure.
If I'm playing a video game or something like that. So that's what happened, and I took a nap. But the game's fun. The battles, like they added the free camera move where you can move your characters around and everything. It doesn't add anything to the game. It's just you could do it. That's all it is.
Makes it a little more interactive, I guess.
Yeah,
I was doing a few battles and I'm like, oh nope, you don't like crit from behind or anything weird.
It's just you just can move the characters around if you want. I don't. I rarely do it at all. I just play the game like it normally is. I wonder, is the classic camera like you don't see your characters at all? Do you know?
I don't know.
So it's just the pep system. So your character becomes like powerful, and then if like other characters become pep, have some pep. Why is it called pep?
Don't know.
You could do like pep moves together and like do like combo moves and stuff like that. It's interesting. And then there's like a skill tree where you gain skill points, and then there's like you can pick different branches of your skill tree to level up your character. Very interesting.
Yeah, I heard the pep comes pretty random though. Like there's no way of knowing when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like a trigger. It's like you have a chance. And one of my abilities like add like 5% more chance to get a pep power up.
When you defend, is there a defend?
There is a defend, but I never use it.
Oh, okay. I was curious if it like gave you life or mana back if you defend, or
I do not know. I've never defended.
Okay.
I know that big wands, which is just a staff, but they call it big wands for some reason, steals MP, and then I think it's MP. They might steal life, and then the regular wands steal MP. Like they steal things. That's what you saw.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I did a melee attack on accident. I'm like, oh, it steals MP. That's a cool alternative as opposed to just saving up like ethers or whatever that item's called in Dragon Quest.
What is it called? It's called vial, like a vial of something.
Oh, okay.
And then you just or holy water. But yeah, the game's fun. The one okay, I'm gonna go to the one thing that really bothers me is the music.
I've heard a lot of complaints about the music. So like, what?
The music sounds like MIDIs. It sounds like I'm playing RPG Maker. I mean,
really
it's just like if the themes were orchestrated, it would be a little better. But Dragon Quest themes are super like people are gonna be pissed, but they're super generic.
Yeah, they
and
are.
It's just like I like the theme, like the main theme that plays in the intro and everything like that, but it sounds like RPG Maker music.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've heard like the battle music and when you're walking around the world map, and I'm like, it sounds fine, but does it get like way worse?
No, it's like I expect, because I played the PS2 version of 8, and that's orchestrated.
It is.
And I expected that. But then I got this. And I'm like, why am I listening to the MIDIs in a PS4 game?
So this has been I've seen this argument quite a bit in a lot of reviews. So I watched quite a few Dragon Quest IV reviews. It's the argument of modernizing it versus keeping it classic. So like it seems like they're getting there a little bit with 11. Like obviously it looks amazing. There's some modernizations like with the camps and stuff. Like stuff
camps
like
are so useful. Oh my gosh.
Instead of having to go all the way back to a town.
And you could run now.
Yeah, a run button, a jump button, which is cool. So how do you feel about that? Do you think Dragon Quest should just remain...
And you could forge items too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's been an older game or new.
There's been like alchemy, but I don't think there's been like a forge. Like I've seen the gameplay of it. It's nothing. It hasn't been like that.
Yeah, that's only in the camp, and you could forge items. So that's cool. That's cool.
Now, you're a classic. You're somebody that can bounce back and forth between classic and modern pretty seamlessly. I have trouble with that. So, like with Dragon Quest, do you think it's too stuck in the past? Do you think it needs, like, it's just like, come on, guys, it's time. Like, modernize some more. Like, besides the music, what else feels like it could be modernized? Or I think they could add some quality of life additions.
Modernize the monsters.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Maybe modernize the battle system a little more.
So besides just straight turn-based?
Yeah, like add weaknesses and stuff like that.
It seems like that is the hook that when people try to do turn-based battles, that has been the hook that seems to keep people interested in battles.
At least
Like,
at least the battle system's fast. The battle's
it
fast.
is. Yeah, it doesn't mess around. There's not a lot of loading, I've noticed. But yeah, like Persona, Octopath, Bravely, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is basically Persona, but they all have that weakness system where like they get feeble or whatever, and then you can either do a power-up move or they just take more damage. So
I got Puff Puff twice.
a Puff Puff?
Yeah.
What's that?
You haven't heard about the Puff Puff?
Uh-uh.
The thing that made IGN go, oh, that's icky. I don't like it. -5 points.
The bunny girl or whatever?
No, Puff Puff is okay. And apparently, Puff Puff is like sticking your head in between some girls' boobs and like puffing their boobs together.
Jeez.
And it's like a inside like a joke in Dragon Quest. You could do it like in every Dragon Quest.
Okay.
It doesn't show it, but there's always like a gimmick, like something funny happens.
Uh-huh.
The first one just says, "Oh, do you want some Puff Puff?" And then I'm like, "Okay." And then it cuts to black and comes back and it's like, "Oh, I hope you enjoyed that." I'm like, "Okay," whatever that does. And then I got to another one just recently in the desert city where she's like, "Follow me," and I'm like, "Oh, she's gonna like steal something from me, or like rob me from all of my money."
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what's up. And then it turns out like it cuts to black and it's like, "Oh, do you like that? This feels good, doesn't it?" And then it turns back and he's like it's like with a big muscular guy.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, I expected that. There are always jokes like that.
Yeah, it's a quirky series. It's kind of silly.
Silly.
Doesn't take itself too seriously.
Veronica is a sassy lady.
Veronica? Oh, the little girl.
The little girl that's not really little. Yeah. Spoilers. But yeah, she's like super hot-headed, and polar opposite of her sister.
That's good. Makes for a good character dynamic, I imagine. Huh. Okay, so modernize the battle system, like have orchestrated music.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was looking forward to because I enjoyed the orchestrated music in the first one, or in 8.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's really good. And I was like, okay, hopefully it's gonna be good. No, feels like I'm playing a PS1 game with generic.
So here's my question. Like, so in Japan they made 2 versions of this game. 3. They basically made 3 versions. So they made a PS4 version that's all modern and it looks great. Then they made a 3DS version.
Did they actually make the 3DS version? Is it out?
We're not getting it, but it's been out in Japan for like a year.
Oh, so it is out. Right?
And
I thought they canceled that.
No. The Switch version has still not been released.
But it's going fine though. That's what they said. They said it's going by fine.
But is it the PS4 version or the 3DS version?
Why not both?
Yeah. Okay.
My eyes
Just
twisting.
keeps switching. The crazy thing about the 3DS version,
I think it's going to be PS4.
Yeah, me too. It just will not run as well or look as good. Yeah. The crazy thing about the 3DS version is the top screen is like it looks like a 3DS game, but then the bottom screen looks like a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
So they basically made the game twice, which is insane. So my thought is, if you're gonna keep doing that every time, like keep the classic Dragon Quest classic, and then if you're gonna make a new shiny console one, like modernize it the hell out of it, and then if you want the classic one, you can play the classic one. If you want the new shiny one, you can play the new shiny one.
Dragon Quest 12.
The quest
for more money.
The quest for more money. I genuinely wonder when the next Dragon Quest 12 will come out, because 8 was the last home console one that was on PS2. That was in like 2000.
But they went on this like DS binge.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they made like 3 MMOs, or 3 online ones at least, 2 online ones.
They made 1 online and they just ported it a lot.
No, I thought like 9 was also online, but it wasn't like an MMO like 10 was.
It was multiplayer or something. It wasn't an MMO, but you could like play with your friends. I don't remember. I didn't play it, but that's what I remember. You can like make your own character and then you play with your friends and stuff.
Just on 3DS.
Yeah, it was on DS, and then 10 was like a Wii MMO, which is
and
really
a Wii
strange.
U, and a Wii U, and a 3DS.
Yes. Can you imagine playing an MMO on a 3DS? That'd be crazy.
No. I get it's like load it up. 1 minute later, oh, my battery's dead.
Yeah, pretty much. But then they've been making like cool spin-offs. So we never got this, and we probably will not. But did you know there's a Dragon Quest theater rhythm game?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not gonna get it, but
is it all MIDI as well? I gotta ask you actually.
Yeah.
You play Dragon Quest Builders.
Yes.
What was the music like in that?
I'm trying to remember. It's like it's not MIDI, but it's not orchestrated. It feels like somewhere in between, kind of like
Tails.
Not like you remember like early Final Fantasy, like synthesize-y, so like on a synthesizer. It kind of feels like that.
PS1 Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, it irks me the wrong way. Expected orchestral, and
Yeah.
especially since it says at the beginning in the main title or the intro movie, it says music by Tokyo Orchestrated Symphony or something like that. And I'm like, oh, cool, it's gonna be orchestrated. No, it's all MIDI.
Wrong.
And game's full of tropes. I love how tropey this game is. You start the game, like, oh, you have a girl childhood friend who loves you. Okay. I bet you she's gonna disappear and everything's gonna go bad. And okay.
You know what's really funny? So Easy Allies put their review out. Have you watched their review? So they did this really clever editing thing where it's so you know how at the end they always say like, oh, you know, our reviews are thanks to our patrons, blah 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 blah. So they like finish the review, they give the score. And then the part when the hero leaves the town and she's like, wait. So they do that. It's like, wait. And then they do the little Patreon pitch. It was a clever edit. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah.
She looks a lot like
one of the girls.
The other sister. Yeah. She looks like a lot like her.
But she's not.
They're different. Unrelated.
I don't know. I can't talk about it.
Okay. So I've heard that this game could be as long as Persona 5.
Really? I thought it was like a 65-hour game.
I don't know. That's what I've heard. I heard people like, oh, you could spend like 100 hours in this game. Those are Nick numbers. You'll probably spend like 100 hours.
I don't know. I've been rushing through the thing.
Nick, you're rushing through a game.
Yeah.
Why?
Because just nothing to do. Like Kimpy was going like, oh, I love how you could explore all the areas, all the extra areas before even going there, and then you go back, do the story missions, and then it tells you to go to the area you've already explored, and you can just zoom there. And I'm like, okay.
Well, I've heard the game's pretty easy as well.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I don't think it's easy. Sometimes you get effed over.
Really?
Yeah.
The vast majority of the reviews and things did you put it on hard? There's no difficulty, is there? I've heard from everybody that it's been easy. Like almost as much as Ni no Kuni 2 was easy.
No, not that easy.
Okay.
I never had trouble with Ni no Kuni 2. This, like, sometimes I run into a monster or an enemy and they get attacked like 3 times in a row for some reason, and then I'm like almost dead, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. I never got a game over, but no, I got a game over on one boss because I forgot to. I walked into a room and it did a boss battle, and I'm like, I forgot to heal up.
I hate that. Yeah.
And luckily, there's an autosave feature, so it saved right before. It autosaves when you leave areas, and I left in this dungeon. There's like an area where you could go climb out the roof, and then you come back and you get like a treasure chest and come back down, and it autosaved that. So I'm like, oh, okay, good. I'm like right at the end.
Cool.
So that's the only time I've died. I love how blunt it is. First time someone's ever died is Veronica got knocked out. And I tried to heal her in the main menu, and he was like, "You cast heal on Veronica, but she's already dead." Like, what?
So there's, from what I understand, at least in Dragon Quest VIII, there are no like revive items. You have to go back to the church to revive it.
You could go back to the in the campsite, the idols. You could just talk to it, and you could. It's like going to a church.
That's good. That seems like a totally outdated system. Like, just make a revive item. Like, come on.
That is Final Fantasy 1.
That's in Final Fantasy 1 bullshit. Yeah. I remember I could not deal with 1. I remember when we did that, like, we were going to stream all 15 of them or whatever, and we're like...
And you know what's funny?
We couldn't get past
that video is still on Taylor's site, YouTube. Go find it. I think it's one of the first ones.
It's down at the bottom for sure. Yeah.
And it's like, we're gonna stream Final Fantasy 1. There's like a Final Fantasy 1 on TV to Final Fantasy 13. I'm right that. And it's snow going.
Yeah. Which is funny now because I've beat everything past 7. I don't count 13 too, even though that's like a mainline one. I beat 7, 8, 9, 10.
You should
12.
You should try 13 too.
No,
I bet you anything that's the best one, and that's the one you're gonna like. Probably like $2 a freaking.
I don't care. It's not about the price; it's about the time, my friend. There's not enough time.
There's plenty of time.
No, I could walk out and die tomorrow. Do I want Final Fantasy 13-2 to be the last game I ever played? No.
But the main character is Lightning's sister, and I forgot what her name is.
Sarah.
Sarah.
And it's Rise's voice actor. It's Laura Bailey.
Rise has a bunch of voice actors.
She does. Anyway,
That's Dragon Quest 11 from now.
Good though, but like positive. You like it?
Yeah, it's fun to play. I just wish there was orchestrated music so I could fall asleep to the soundtrack. Chrono Cross 1. Chrono Cross has an orchestrated freaking soundtrack.
Or it's real instruments, yeah.
Real instruments, not orchestrated. But you know what I meant.
Yep.
But
that's like God tier soundtrack, so
people don't say so. People think it's not.
Well, people are stupid.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
People
think Chrono Trigger's soundtrack's better than Chrono Cross. And I'm like, what are you smoking? What are you smoking? It's wrong. That's like saying Tales of Symphonia is a good Tales game, man. No, it's wrong. It is wrong.
Oh, man. I really think you should play Nier Automata next. I think you'd like that game.
I thought you wanted me to play that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
I bought it, by the way, if you noticed.
Sophie or Nier? Oh, you bought Bloodborne. Wow. All right. Yes, you got to play Bloodborne then.
Gotta play Bloodborne.
Hell yeah.
I have too much on my plate right now because the second game that I was playing is Xenogears.
Oh, that's right. You're slowly making your way through Xenogears. I forgot about that.
I'm about to rescue whoever the Holy Mother is. Maria, is that her name? What's her name?
Holy Mother of God? I don't remember.
Starts with an M. I forgot. It's been a while because Dragon Quest 11 came out. But I got to there and I stopped playing. I want to do what you did the other day where you just played on the Vita like the entire day.
Played over 24 hours in one day?
That was great. You played over 24 hours in like 6 hours. It was amazing.
Wow.
You got to teach me that. I got to do that. Because I at home I was on my computer and it just distracts me. I think I was playing BattleTech the entire day.
Yeah, you play a lot of BattleTech.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Can you believe this guy? He's not playing JRPG. He's playing like stupid West games like BattleTech. Can you believe this guy?
What are you talking about? I spent like 10 hours on this game.
Yeah, but you spent like 100 hours on BattleTech. Just need to put that game away. Just play JRPGs, okay?
Okay.
Where have we heard that before, folks? Huh? Anyway.
See, unlike certain people, I play JRPGs in the middle of when I'm playing Western games. All right? I don't just like disregard all my collector's items.
Okay.
Going into that room, it's just like, look at all these JRPG figures, and you don't play JRPGs. It's just sad. Taylor.
Sad. Why are you saying that to me? My room is so disgusting in South Carolina. I just have like clothes and bags everywhere. Like because I didn't really unpack anything. I'm just
you weren't able to.
And I'm like, I have my bed on the floor and I have my TV set up, and that's all I need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yep.
I'm going to.
Oh, make that go again.
Make that go.
Let's
see.
Let's make monitors great again.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if I can beat Chrono Cross this week. I'm almost wondering if I could sneak in one more game, like Mega Man Legends 2 or something like that. Like one more classic RPG.
Classic RPG. Mega Man Legends 2.
When
are you leaving? End of September, right?
24th is when I'm going back.
All right. So,
and today is the 8th, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. You could definitely beat Mega Man Legends 2.
Because I beat Chrono Cross. It's been like a week maybe, and I've almost beat it. So I got to look on the store again. I was thinking about like here make noise. I'm gonna look at my backlog list.
Backlog. There's so much stuff coming out, guys. I think. Oh yeah, the Torna one's coming out really soon.
Torna?
The Torna expansion for Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh yeah, the Golden Country or whatever.
That's
called.
coming out next week. I think. What time? What's today?
I think it is coming out next week.
Yeah, it's coming out next week. Should be.
Wow.
Maybe next Friday.
You're getting that?
Yeah, it's already pre-ordered.
Yeah, dude, this fall is brutal. Like near the end of the year, so I was making a list. There's like a bunch of like little games coming out.
Oh yeah, that's what got me. And I was like, what?
So there's Monster Boy. There's Mega Man 11. There's this really cool Inti Creates game I saw called Dragon Marked for Death. It's sort of like a Vanillaware game, like Odin Sphere. It's like a side-scrolling action RPG. That looks really sick. Remy Lore. I don't know how long that game is, but
okay. So in September,
dude, September's brutal.
Remy Lore comes out September 25th.
Oh, there's a release date. Oh, I didn't know that.
It's right there.
Okay.
And then Valkyrie Chronicles is also coming out.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting the next Toradora in 2 days.
Nice.
I'm getting the next Monster Girl interview with Monster Girls on the 18th. September 21st is Torna.
Okay. Wow. Busy week, man. And then we still might get Grande HD before the year's over, too.
Yes.
I don't...
Okay. And in October, I got Soul Calibur 6.
No, you're getting that?
Disgaea 1 remake. And that's it. November 13th is in the manga. And then December 7th, Smash Brothers. Smash. Oh, October 12th. Forgot. The World Ends With You.
Oh, that's right. Twooey Final Remix.
Apparently, you need to beat that for Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, don't play that because of that. I mean,
I know.
It has almost nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts.
That's what Crap said. It's like, oh, well, you got to play it for Kingdom Hearts now. I'm like, whoa, okay.
And I know these aren't your games, but I'm going to get one of the Persona dancing games because I really like those. I'm not going to get both.
Wait, aren't they coming out on Vita? Not physically, though?
They are.
Are you going to get them on Vita?
So here is my weird OCD Taylor dilemma. So
You want the physical copy?
So it's $40 on Vita, no physical edition. It's $60 on PS4, but there's a physical edition. So it's like, how do you?
Or you could spend like the $100 version
and get 3 games.
3 games.
But see, I don't know if I want to spend $100 on music rhythm games. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably worth it, and it probably comes with like cool stuff. But it's like, plus I already played Persona 4 Dancing Only. I platinum that on Vita. I'm not gonna play that again.
Yeah.
But still,
Hold the phone. Speaking of dancing games.
oh snap!
I think
Hatsune Miku.
No, I think this was announced recently. I'm not sure, but I saw it recently.
Okay.
Dance Dance Revolution A
What the heck is that?
is a brand new Dance Dance Revolution announced. I think that's what it was.
That's crazy. It's
Oh, never mind. It's not. It's
for mobile devices.
I lied. It was in March 2016.
No. Okay. Well, probably that. And it's probably got crappy like Western
No,
pop music and all that crap.
Only on the American releases is when they now released like the stupid mainstream pop music, and I was like, this is not DDR.
We want Japanese electronic techno
And like
goodness.
indie techno stuff. That was good.
But anyways, so fall. Long story short, fall is packed, folks. What are you playing this fall? Let us know in the comments. And early next year is going to be packed too, because we got Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil, and Onimusha HD, and Caligula Effect we talked about.
Sorry, I'm seeing. I know there's freaking.
They don't care, Nick.
But it's Dance Dance Revolution. It means
nobody cares about Dance Dance Revolution anymore.
It's freaking if they're making a new Dance Dance Revolution game, that means they can make a new Silent Hill game. Right? There's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance.
Yeah, no, never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen ever.
Nope. Anyway, I think. Well, is that it? You been playing anything else? Shall we move on to questions?
Been playing some Quake Champions. Taylor finally heard the rage.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Jeez, this guy! I shot him, he didn't die. What the heck? Yeah. And that's like with the door closed. He was really mad. Yeah. It was pretty amazing. Yeah. And of course, Nick's not playing with his headphones on. He's got like his subwoofers full blast, and like the whole neighborhood can hear it.
Yeah. I have to drown out the Maddie. Maddie just constantly talks when she plays games, and it's really annoying.
Well, if you put the headphones on, you can't hear.
I don't know. I was too lazy. I usually play with headphones on, but I didn't because I was lazy.
All right.
Let's go do some questions, right, guys? You ready for some questions? Let's put the title up right here. Just questions.
Not gonna happen. There's no title to make comes up.
There is. Like Sparks. Whoa. Questions.
For listeners, Nick's pretending to make a sign with his hands.
From Shia MS. Who are your favorite characters in video games from a comedy standpoint? Which can get you genuinely to laugh out loud?
Funny characters.
Stan Ilarion.
No. He's not funny.
Yeah, he is. He's so naive and country boyish, and he just says really dumb stuff, and it's just funny. And he's the main character. He's not your typical, oh, I'm the knight of Launt and I'm gonna be like the best thing ever. Oh, I'm a prince and I'm prissy and I hate everything and everything needs to happen to me. He's just like, hey guys, I want to be.
Hey, I'm the master of spirits.
Yep.
Fun. I don't know if I can really think of any like. I'm trying to think of funny games. I don't really think. I mean, like
No, characters, funny characters in a game, not funny games.
no. I can't even think of funny characters in games.
When I think of a funny character, I think of Kanji. The things that happen to Kanji after you like rescue him.
Yeah, he's
That
not
is
like funny though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but funny things happen. It's like a comedic thing. Like things that happen to him. He's like, yeah, I'm a guy. I could do things. And he jumps in the tent and he jumps in the wrong tent.
I mean, that was a funny situation. I don't know if Kanji is funny though.
That always happens to Kanji though.
He's just awkward. I feel bad for him.
I know.
Or he's trying to figure himself out. You know? I mean, like immediately, the one character that immediately comes to mind is Pascal, but I don't really know if she's funny. You know, she's quirky, but she's not funny. I'm like trying to like rack my brain for all the games I've played recently. Nothing comes to mind. Unfortunately, nothing really comes to mind for funny characters.
I know I have a bunch in my head, but they're not coming out. But Stan stood out for me. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Magilu. She's funny. She's like she's super quirky though. She's a very quirky, and that's what makes her funny.
You know who was kind of funny now that I'm thinking about it? And here's me being Taylor, and I can't remember anything. Zeke? No, that's the name. Zeke from Xenoblade 2, because he like pretends like he's this cool guy, and then everybody's just like, "Yeah, we're leaving."
Yep.
He's pretty funny.
I was like,
he's like just way over the top, and nobody cares.
Yeah, he was like even the way he animates was like over the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him and his blade.
Him and his blade.
Yep. Okay.
Pandoria is her name.
Pandoria. The light bulb.
Pandoria.
For a hat.
Yeah. She's got curves for days, apparently.
Even though she doesn't. She was pretty flat, if I remember.
I know. That was
Oz being Oz.
That was Oz being Oz. Love you, Oz. Goofy from Kingdom Hearts.
He's unintentionally funny.
Donald, because he's always dead.
Rip
Yeah.
Donald.
That's why you always kick him out of your party in Kingdom Hearts, because he just dies. He casts lightning 5 times, runs out of MP, and then dies. That's what Donald does.
Yep.
Ay.
Oh, dude, Joel from Last of Us, hilarious. So funny.
So funny.
Hilarious.
It's so funny how he kills all these guys. I love it.
I will say...
Don't you touch my daughter!
I will say Yu Narukami from the anime is funny, but he doesn't really have a character in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts, but that's my answer.
So he's non... Because in the
He's
character,
just so
he's a straight face,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then in the anime, they make him so straight, like straight-faced.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Ugh.
Yep.
Like when he gets knocked, after the school camping trip. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
School camping trip in the anime, you go swimming and you see the girls in the bathing suits, and he calls them cute, and she's like, "What are you doing?" and punches them, right?
Yeah.
And Yosuke, right?
Yeah.
Yosuke is like, "Ah!" like going crazy, and Yu is just
He's like falling off a cliff, just like...
that's just
pretty
like
good.
not even phased.
That's pretty funny. And then like there was a time, I think, like when he just comes out of the TV, she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" He's like, "I might be dying."
Oh, yeah,
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's like something bit me. Are you okay? I might be dying. Or they actually mentioned that in the anime when he's like, he just ran. They see Teddy for the first time and just walks up to him and is like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And Yosuke's like, "Man, nothing phases you, doesn't it?"
Yeah.
No, nothing does phase him.
So funny. So good.
It's a good anime. Watch it, Ben.
Ben. He's not listening.
He is listening.
All right. Kurt, which JRPG... This is like... I feel like there's only one answer for this. Which JRPG has the best crossover with another series?
Project X Zone.
Yeah, Project Cross on it has like literally everything.
It's actually, companies crossing over.
Mm-hmm.
What would you...
Can't escape from crossing fate.
What are you going to say?
I mean, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the easiest answer. Although it's not quite the same, but I would also say Tokyo Mirage Sessions is not too bad. There's not really a whole lot of Persona or SMT characters. In fact, I don't think there's any.
Yeah, people were like, I remember people were really disappointed because they were expecting like strict Fire Emblem characters, but it became this weird hybrid thing. Like, It became super poppy, and I was like, what is this?
Like, to me, it was like the best thing that could have possibly happened. I'm like, yes, it's like all bright and J-poppy and Persona battle system. Perfect.
Good.
Um,
Remember the first thing they showed? They showed like SMT, Cross, Fire Emblem, and it was like
just characters.
characters.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what this is all about.
okay.
Best crossover.
I really can't think of any besides Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, I could see like characters from other Tales games appearing in other Tales games.
Tales of Link.
Yeah, Tales of Link. Best crossover series. I got like 5 different Milas. One was in like a sexy Santa costume. One was in a sexy maid costume. Another one was in like a sexy swimsuit. Another sexy maid. And then sexy Mila. Who was a Mila summer month? Oh no, Yukata. Sexy Yukata Mila.
Got it.
That was fan service the game, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're just paying for JPEGs basically.
Yeah.
All right. So Spaghetti says, "What games would you like to see remastered, and what games deserve a remake?" I was just thinking about this because of everything that's been happening with like Grandia.
There is one game, one series that I've been talking about this entire time, ever since I started this podcast. And you know what this is, right? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I have no idea.
Tales of Destiny, DC, and Tales of Destiny 2 HD remix.
Let's go.
Just do what they're doing with Grandia 1 HD, and sub it. Don't dub it. Just sub it, and it'll be the most sub it. It will be the highest selling Tales game of all time. I bet you anything.
You are so wrong.
No, it would be the best selling Tales game ever. I just
Wrong.
in both Japan and in US, it'll be the best selling Tales.
People are gonna be like, "There was a Tales of Destiny remake." Weird.
Yeah.
People don't even know
and
what
they're
it
gonna
is.
play it, and they're like, "Whoa, there's Tales of Destiny remake, and there's Tales of Destiny 2. We never got this. This is a Tales game we never
We
got."
already got Tales of Destiny 2. It was weird. It was a PS1 game, and the main
Tales
guy.
of Eternia. No, they
Kevin-
don't. They don't know about the PS1 games because all they think about is frickin' Tales of Symphonia.
Best one.
When I was like, "Hey, you guys play Tales of Destiny, Tales of Eternia? What's that? A Tales of Symphonia 2 sequel?" Fuck you.
For me, there are 2 that come to mind. One is the Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh yeah.
That game is like way past due for a remaster. I'm shocked they have not put that on PC.
Oh, I thought they said I'm shocked they haven't remastered that. Like, they happened. It was on PSP.
Yeah, PSP, but I'm talking about like HD remaster.
Oh, they need to bring it to the PC.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
PC.
Like War of the Lions, PC, fix the damn sound bug. I had to do it with a custom update, and it makes the game so much better.
Yeah. Put it on PC, PS4, Switch. It'll sell it crazy, and then make Tales of Destiny 2 or Tales of Destiny 2.
Yes, make Tales of Destiny 2.
Final Fantasy Tactics 2. Dang it. And then I genuinely...
Have you
I
seen
would...
the picture of Final Fantasy Tactics 2? The actual Final Fantasy Tactics 2?
No, I have not. Don't make me mad.
No, I have it. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It was like an interview, and the creator of Final Fantasy Tactics was like, "Yeah, we have this prototype. We had this prototype of Final Fantasy Tactics 2 that got canceled, and he had a screenshot of it."
And then we got Advanced. Sad.
Advance is the worst one. Craft.
It's okay. I've never played them.
No, they're all
but
right.
I've heard
They're really fun.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I want a Legend of Dragoon remake. That would be awesome. Like, have an actual good dub,
No, they should keep the original dub.
the terrible translation. The translation
Volcano! Double slash!
Rose Storm. It was terrible.
And they have to keep it so when you do a huge spell that lasts 5 seconds and you see your characters getting their ass kicked, and they're like, "Oh, they can't. They probably did like 100 damage, and it just goes miss." I love that. That's the best.
Have you seen those XCOM 2 memes where it's like he's got like a gun to his head? It's like 62%. Or there's another one where it shows like the bullet trail going through the alien and it says miss.
I've had those in BattleTech. I've had things like that in BattleTech. It's not like that egregious when they're like right there and they miss. Except actually, I had one of those where I'm like right in front of them,
Yeah.
and it's really low, and you just see the lasers go, and they just miss. I'm like,
Okay, it's breaking the law of physics. It's fine.
I mean, it's dice rolling, but It's just funny to see.
Yeah.
like perfect shot. Just shoot it straight, and then it goes shoots straight in the air. I'm like, how do you shoot up there?
Also, I would love to see a remake of Lunar 2, kind of in the style of 1, but even like more so, like really do it up modern.
Did he say only JRPGs? No, any games. This is the biggest one that they need to make, right? This is what they need. This is what Blizzard needs to do. They need to They need to remake Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3 in a new engine. Maybe make it in the same engine as HOTS. And this, they could do the retcon stories for 1 and 2 because they retcon a lot of stuff for Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft. So you do all they could do the real story, and it's RTS. And they don't. It's just imagine that. Just all 3 stories in one game with a brand new engine and hero units.
And at the end, once you beat everything, there's a teaser trailer for Warcraft 4.
Or World of Warcraft 2.
They're just going to keep riding World of Warcraft till...
They are.
The end
I have
of
a
time.
feeling Battle for Azeroth was actually supposed to be Warcraft 4.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because it seems like a Warcraft 4 thing. It seems like a Warcraft 4 story.
Well, I feel like if they would, if you're going to add any Warcraft lore, why would you just not put it in World of Warcraft? It seems weird to waste it on a Warcraft game.
I said the worst thing that's going to happen is that at the last expansion of World of Warcraft, they're going to go to Time Warp that starts at the beginning, right after Frozen Throne, and then make Warcraft 4 after that.
That'd be pretty funny.
And it just erases all of World of Warcraft.
That'd be amazing. Just so they could make another game.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be really funny. What else would they remake? I don't know. All the things that I wanted, have been remade, pretty much. Like Radiant Historia got an awesome remake.
See, Nick, we have Tales of Destiny 2. It's right there.
Yeah. Tales of Destiny 2. Right here.
Yeah, there it
Tales of
is.
Destiny 2. Look, it's the same thing. It's called Tales, but this one has Tales of Eternia.
That's really
What is it?
weird.
What is it? What's wrong with this picture, huh? It's the same game, but 2 different names. What the hell? I can tell you why. Is because when this didn't come out in the U.S. This thing right here, this game, it didn't come out in the U.S. Have you noticed?
Ubisoft published it?
It is
That's
a
really
Peggy,
rad.
Peggy 12.
Yes, I know. It's a European
It's a
version.
European game. So they had an English version of this game, but the only way to get it was to import it. And the fries on Hamilton?
Mm-hmm. They just had it
They had it randomly. They had an import area, and I'm like, I need that right now. And I begged my dad for it, and he bought it for me.
Nice.
And it was the best thing ever. The reason why they called it Tales of Destiny 2 and this on PS1 is because of He-Man.
And the Masters of
And
Eternia.
Eternia.
Yeah.
Eternia. You couldn't use Eternia.
It's pretty funny.
Yep. So it's called Tales of Destiny 2, and it had no relation to Tales of Destiny at all. Which totally pissed me off, because I saw Tales of Destiny 2, I'm like, oh, sweet, there's going to be new Swordians. There wasn't any Swordians, and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the games that I want, the only one I really want is Final Fantasy Tactics, and that Tales of Destiny HD remix.
Yeah.
Because if I'm able, even if it doesn't come out in the West, God forbid, if it was announced and it didn't come to the West,
Yeah.
I would be able to import it, and I would be able to play it on my PS4 easily without all that shit I had to go through to play on the PS4 or PS2.
Yep.
So
For sure.
it needs to be a thing. I think it is going to be a thing. It is the. I know you don't believe me, but Tales of Destiny is the best-selling Tales game.
Symphonia.
No, it's not Symphonia.
It is.
It is not.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Tales of Destiny 1 on the PS1 was the best one, and then Tales of Destiny DC was one of the second.
Wrong.
No, it's not. It's also the only Tales game that got a remake like that, except for Tales of Fantasia.
And Tales of Hearts.
That's ported by a different team, by a different company.
But still a remake.
It's not a remake. It's a weird port.
You're a weird port. All right. Anyway, from Laser Glow, which game/series do you really want to have a sequel? This is kind of along the same lines.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics 2, of course.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics 2.
It has to be in the same apocalyptic Evilus,
Okay.
because that's what Final Fantasy Tactics. Now I get how it actually is connected to 12, because apparently there's a big cataclysmic thing that happens in between, and that's what.
That'd be kind of cool to see what that is.
That'd be cool too. Maybe a pass like that. What that what happens, what caused
Sure.
the airship, all the technology to get destroyed,
Yeah.
and all the races to disappear.
So 12 is before Tactics?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it seems so different.
I mean, I said I would love a Tactics sequel. Obviously, Legend of Dragoon, I'd love a sequel to, just because I love that world. I'd be so curious to see what they could do with like in a modern engine, with modern systems. I'm trying to think of other.
Tokyo Xanadu needs a sequel.
Yes, Tokyo Xanadu.
Sure.
I know that game like just came out like not too long
But
ago.
I want a sequel for that
Yes,
game. Damn it.
absolutely.
And we're already getting Ease at 9, so that's cool. Oh, Rune Factory.
5.
Rune
Do it.
Factory's 5. For the Switch.
Do it.
It needs to happen.
I would have said a new Valkyria, but we're getting 4
Yeah.
and like at the end of the month, so that's really exciting.
Was that announced this year and it's coming out this year? Or was it announced last year?
I think it was like late last year. I remember that trailer. I remember seeing the trailer where it's like the devs and they're all going in like meeting rooms.
And no,
then
I
they're
remember
programming.
I remember you saw the teaser and like for Valkyrie Chronicles 4, please. And then like a couple days later, it actually was.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. I'm trying to think of what other games.
Okay, I don't know if this is this
For
might
a
be
sequel.
this might be happening. Tales of Berseria sequel.
Mm-hmm. So it's that in between for
That-
Zestiria and
that in-
Berseria.
yeah, that in between because there's some type of event that happens that really messes up the world, and I want to know what that is.
Okay.
Or maybe a Tales of Zestiria sequel.
That'd be cool if we got a new Grandia or Lunar.
It has to be made by the great Game Arts though.
Yeah.
Has to.
They haven't made a game in a long time. They're working on something. They're
Yeah.
cooking something.
And they don't over budget. Don't go over your budget like you did in Grandia 3, please. It was so good. It was so good until Miranda left, and when I think her name's Miranda, it's whatever your mom character is. When she left, the game just fell apart. Weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I want a Persona 6.
oh, that's coming.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm looking at like just some of my favorite games, and like we're all getting sequels. Like Fire Emblem's getting a sequel.
Yeah, everything's good. We're in a good spot right now. Everything we want.
Yeah, we're getting another Dragon Quest Builders. I'm so curious to see what Final Fantasy 16 becomes. I know we've theorized and debated, and
I'm hoping at least it goes back to its it still have the crazy new combat, but I want it to go back to its roots.
yes, have it be like modern, medieval, or like old medieval, not modern. Sorry, but you know what people have always said, and I could not disagree more. I think I'm the only person that thinks this is so the logo. It's made by an artist named Yoshitaka Amano for all the Final Fantasies, and everybody's like, I would love for a Final Fantasy game to look like that, and I hate that art.
Do
style.
you mean that weird art style?
Yes.
I hate that art style.
Yeah, me too. It's on this edition, I think. Yeah, like this. Can you imagine if the game looked like that? No way. The character models look disgusting. Like the way he draws people, I hate it. Like it's like cool and artsy, but like no way, never. They would never let that happen. People would be like, "Ew, gross." No.
I'm sorry. I don't like that art style.
I don't know why people like it so much. I hate it. It's so. Bleh.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I answered Brian's question earlier. So this is for me. Spaghetti said.
Wait. Okay, piggybacking, Kurt. This is off the same. What game series do you really want to have a prequel?
A prequel.
Oh, is Hysteria? Even though I already had one.
We got a prequel to 7. Don't need a 7 prequel. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of prequels.
Prequels kind of ruin things.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of prequels. They usually don't do them very well.
Like I have Silent Hill 0, which is a prequel of Silent Hill 1. It's all right. I enjoyed it. I played it all night during a school night once, and it was very depressing. And I felt very depressed the morning when I went to school.
Same thing with Resident Evil 0. It's like leading up to the events of 1.
It's a very hard game, by the way.
Silent Hill 0?
No, Resident Evil 0.
Oh, it is. Yeah, because you have to keep swapping between characters and stuff. It's an interesting idea.
And the idea.
I'm trying to think of a game where like you start off and there's like something that just happened. I'd like the prequel to Final Fantasy 15 so we could really see what happened.
I want a game just based in the invasion of insomnia, you know?
Just a 40-hour insomnia battle. That'd be amazing. No, I don't have a good answer for that.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't really like prequels. I can't think of a good one. I mean, I don't even really like Crisis Core. Everybody's like, yeah, Crisis Core is amazing. It's okay. They add all these weird characters that have nothing to do with the game. It's like, because you're essentially trying to shoehorn into the main story, because clearly you didn't have these ideas before you built the base game.
I thought a lot of it had to do with the Turks and Zack, and then other soldiers that. You're talking about the soldiers that.
They made like this other Sephiroth guy named like Angeal or something, and it's like, and then there was another.
They're like prototypes of Sephiroth.
Yeah, and then they in Dirge Cerberus there was like another like gang called like Deep Ground and stuff, and I'm like, this is so stupid. So
Dirge Cerberus doesn't exist, but I do like. I do like learning about Zack's backstory though, especially seeing like the end, like
the story stuff was cool, but like playing the game was weird.
It was like a PSP game, so it's like a mobile game.
Yeah. The Limit Break slot machine thing made no sense to me. That was so weird.
You really did not like that.
That is like, I don't understand that. That was bizarre.
I don't know about the games that have prequels, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
All right, next one.
That's for the last one. Spaghetti. Taylor, since moving to the East Coast, what are some things you like and dislike about it?
I like that it's cheaper. Everything is cheaper there.
Everything is cheaper.
Gas is $1 cheaper. Most food is like if I were to buy like some frozen dinner, it's like $1 cheaper. Everything's just cheaper. It's great. The weather it's pretty humid, so that's bad. But the ocean water is really warm, so you can go swimming.
Yeah, the Atlantic is warm.
Yeah, it's really great.
Why is that? Why is it warm over there and the Pacific's 56 degrees, 50 degrees?
Very strange.
You have to stand in the water for 5 minutes before your balls shrivel up so you can go in it.
Yep, pretty much. We're spoiled here in the Bay Area because like any new technology, it comes out first here. So like anything you want to try, or if it's something new, it usually comes here first. You know, it's the South. They just don't have everything. I mean, they have some things, but like, for example, I was ordering this food service called Freshly, and it's like pre-made food, and they'll deliver it to your house in like an ice box, and it's got ice in it. And when I went to change the address, I'm like, oh, we don't deliver there. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So it's just more remote. You'll have less things.
Kind of like that, though. I mean, I hear stories from other people that are like, oh, yeah, I got to drive about 20 minutes to go to the nearest mall. And I'm like, geez.
It's not, for us, it's not that bad, but that wouldn't surprise me in other places. There's not as much traffic, which is great.
See, that's what I'm saying is if you have a job that you're able to transfer to another state and you live in like California or Washington or anything like that, move away, keep that job somehow, or keep like you could find a job like. You could work somewhere, make a decent living. If you're making like $17 an hour here, and are able to make that much in a different state, you'll be so well off.
Yeah, you'll be way better.
You'll be able to rent a place yourself for just like by yourself, and it'll be bigger than most two bedroom apartments here. And then you'll be able to save for your own house. You'll be able to buy your own house.
Yeah. So the joke was, when me and Matt got our house, the joke was if we had $1 million more, we still couldn't buy a house in the Bay Area. That's how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's what my dad's doing. My dad's when he retires, he's gonna sell his house and he's gonna move to Arizona, and he's looking at land right now to buy.
Smart.
And he's like, yeah, so he's just buy this like 1 acre of land, and it's about like $90,000. I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
It's like how much does this house right here cost? Or our house, and it's like about $1.3 million. And I'm like, this is like a tiny ass 3-bedroom house. And then he's like, oh, look at this house, and it's way cheaper, and it's like a freaking castle. And I'm like,
yeah, like when I visited your grandma's house, she's got a big old house, and that's probably, I mean, I don't know how much it was, but it was probably a lot cheaper than
I think it was like, she said it was like $160K or $260K.
Wow. Either of those, I mean, 160 would be crazy, but even 260 is really good. Yeah. So everything's cheaper. This is like a weird Taylor thing. Not many Asians in the South.
I said that. Didn't I say that in Discord?
I mean, there's some. There are some that go to the college, but like, not as many.
That's what you like, college girls. I get older and they stay the same.
Hey. Yeah.
Is that what Grayson's saying?
Oh right. I mean,
Grayson's like, back in Charleston. Time to go to my old hunting ground.
Pretty much. But people are a lot more like friendly there. Like here, everybody's like very short. They're in a rush. They always got their earbuds in. They don't want to talk to anybody. But like, I've found like I'm not very talkative and outgoing, but even I've kind of found that people are just willing to like have a conversation and be nice. And
they're like, howdy. And you're like, oh, man.
That was really loud.
That's why I went back.
I can see the peak. It peaked.
And barely peaked.
It peaked.
Shut up.
And Dante's peaked. Wow.
There's a lot of animals and bugs.
There are. Oh my god, the bugs are. Ugh, it's the worst. There are so many bugs. Like mosquito. Like literally, I was in my house and I guess a mosquito got in and I killed it. And when I killed it, there was just blood everywhere because it was like probably sucking my blood or something. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I heard stories about mosquitoes where if you see one sticking on you,
yeah,
and then you flex,
and it
flex and it explodes.
I
want to see that happen.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, I've never seen that happen, but there's got to be a YouTube video of that somewhere. Somebody's done it.
Someone's probably done it, yeah. Is there a basement? Do you have a basement?
We don't have a basement, but we have like a reverse basement. Well, they can't because it's almost at sea level, so everything has to be off. Has to be high off the ground. But it's a 2-story house, and we have a bonus room, which is like our office, and then my room is on the 2nd floor, and it has like these weird angled ceilings, which I really like. So it's just a big old house. So, yep.
The
sad thing is very few people I know live there.
It's a sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah.
One of the things, if I move to Arizona, save up or start going get an apartment and save up to build a house, and I'm definitely going to have a big ass basement. It's gonna be the game room.
There you go. It'll be hot as hell in the Arizona basement, but
no, that's why you get a basement. So when it is hot, it cools off because hot air rises, and every house has air conditioning on 24/7 pretty much.
Yeah, because it's insanely hot even at night. I couldn't believe it. Like I was pulling up at your grandma's house at like 3 a.m. It was like insanely hot.
Yeah. So only 3 months in the
and then it gets normal.
Then it gets like normal. It still gets hot because it's a freaking desert.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's a normal desert. Like it gets hot and then at night freezing.
Oh, that's good. I like it freezing. It does rain a lot there. Like one of the first weeks we were there.
Not in Arizona.
In Charleston, South Carolina, and it had like these crazy like lightning and thunderstorms. It was awesome. It was super cool.
When's the last time we had a lightning storm here? I remember I think the last time we had a storm was when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah. Like a crazy storm. I remember I had to walk home in that storm, in one of the storms, and it was like the rain was going sideways. And I was walking.
Rain's going sideways.
I was walking home with some girl, and we were just soaked when we got to my house, and we're like, well, I'll get you some of my clothes.
Yep.
You know that situation in every anime where the girl's soaked and you have to get her your own clothes, and she's like, it's big. Mm-hmm. So I lived it. It wasn't that exciting, by the way.
It was okay.
It was all right.
Yep. I think that's it for questions.
That is it.
And that'd be it for the podcast.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this new format of recorded,
or
get used to it,
or going back to the old style.
Yeah,
really.
That's the point. That was a joke. We're recording. We'll be able to edit stuff now. New segments. We'll be able to do spoiler stuff now because we will be able to give warnings and stuff like that.
There you go.
So, look forward to that. Hopefully, Connor is on tour, but he's back at the end of the month, and we're probably gonna have Connor on again.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Probably as a regular.
We'll see
again. So that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And this style right here, when we're in front of the background, is when Taylor's here.
Mm-hmm.
When Taylor's gone, we're going to go back to that webcam style. So.
Yeah, just because it's easier recording.
Oh, it's so much easier than recording. No, I don't have to set this thing up. I do need to make like a background. I'm wondering if I have to do like green screen stuff or something like that. I did have Coco in the background, so that's required. Coco, if you notice, Coco's always in the background.
Oh, that's true. There she is.
She's always there. Just like Jay Cocoon was always in the background.
Yep. Now it's in the foreground.
That's in the foreground. All right, guys. We'll be back next week with more news, more JRPG goodness. Maybe Taylor beat Dragon Chrono Cross by then.
I guarantee I'll have beaten it by then.
Maybe I beat Dragon Quest already.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. So I'm gonna try to get past. I'm trying to get farther in Xenogears though. I think that's my goal. Because I think Connor's gonna be like, "Oh, so you're in the second disc yet?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm barely started the game. Sorry, bud."
I would love to see you guys do a spoiler cast. That'd be fun.
You have to join us. You have to beat it now.
No, I don't think.
If you could beat Chrono Cross, I think you could beat Xenogears. The battle system's way more interactive.
Yeah, I don't think you get interrupted like you do in Chrono Cross.
No, but it's like playing Legend of Legaia a little bit. It's like a not as intense where you just do up, down, side stuff. It's just like press triangle to do light, medium to do heavy, and then like depending on what you do it's different skill.
Yeah.
So, I think you'll be able to do it. I'll when I play it farther, I have the mindset of Taylor. I know it in my head. I know what
annoys you.
What annoys you. I get it now.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay. Remember that video I showed you? Or I posted on the Discord. It's like I finally figured out Taylor's taste, and it's like, I'll play it right now, and I'll show it to you after.
For the listeners, you're out of luck.
You're out of luck. You're gonna hear it. Yeah, you're out of luck. I could say it's like there's a bunch of kids eating ice cream, and it's like a bunch of kids on vanilla, a bunch of kids on chocolate, and then you see this one kid go, "Strawberry's my favorite," and then falls into it, and I'm like, that's Taylor.
What? Okay.
Just your taste is so different from everyone else's. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.